Thank you. Go ahead.
I'm Nasrat Khalid. I'm a new fellow from Afghanistan. My question, and this will add to our knowledge of many fellows and others. The question is, there's a gap on the growth of internet. The few organizations that I have known and a few of us have been engaged with have very specific roles on the growth of internet, and they are basically supporting, one, making sure the internet is protected, and two, standards and policies are in place. However, there's pretty much nobody that's working on the in-ground growth of the internet, and not enough investment is being done that will expedite the physical connectivity of the internet in the unconnected countries. I have a little experience with the UN organization, so the UN doesn't have an institution that's working on the internet. The ICANN is working on names and numbers, and there's the forum, and then the ITU is working on frequencies and stuff, but there is really nobody who has the responsibility to go to the ground and really connect people. And if we expect the governments and civil societies to be doing that, or the private sectors to be doing that, then that will be really slow. The urgency of connecting people is, we do all talk about it as if it's really urgent, connecting the next billion and all of that, but in action, are we doing enough to really set that as a priority, and for us to think it's as urgent as we talk and think about it? So enough actions.
Thank you. I think we all agreed that connecting the remaining millions, billions of people in the world on the internet is a priority. Unfortunately, or fortunately probably for us, physical infrastructure is not part of ICANN's mission. So what we have to do is make sure that the DNS is there to support the physical infrastructure when it comes.
My question is more that it's nobody's task right now. So how are we working as the part of DNS that we work with to sort of go and really work with somebody? There's no organization doing that. And somebody must take it, because even though if we do DNS, then we do say we want to contribute, but how do we raise the voice? Who do we raise the voice to, and what do we do?
Becky, I can take that. There's with respect to the next billion and getting infrastructure in place, there's an initiative underway with ISOC in promoting how do we in fact close that gap. How do we get infrastructure in places where today it's just not there, and we've got this huge gap of the population that has no access to internet. I would encourage you to go participate in your local chapter. I know there's also, as part of the IGF coming up, there's a lot of discussion on this topic as well, as how do we address this underlying infrastructure issue, whether it's wireless, whether it's fiber, whether it's copper. There's a lot of different ways to close that gap, but there need to be very specific investments and a plan around how do we encourage those investments across the world.
Just last one comment, and I'm going to go. I am the board member for ISOC Afghanistan, and I understand what ISOC is doing, but it is not the amount of investment that my country needs to get internet connected. So I'm not going to get an answer right now, and I've been doing a research on this. But the question would be that you, the bigger people in the board, go ahead and talk and really put investment, and talk to other people who can put investment, so we can really expedite that. And maybe an organization who just works on infrastructure, which we all can agree upon, will be the back pillar of connecting the next billions of people in the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Paul.